Hey, this better? Don't know what happened. It's like everything just caught up. Okay. I literally did nothing. Could you hear the countdown video? I mean, I had it open on my phone. I had the volume up while that was happening, and I could hear it, but I turn my volume down on my phone when that's over so that I'm not here, like there's not the feedback. Because anyway, okay. We good to go now? Hmm. You couldn't hear the countdown video? I could hear it on my phone. Really? I mean, the first, like, 30 seconds of the 30 seconds to a minute of the countdown, there is nothing. Music starts about halfway through it. I could hear it on my phone. That's weird, because I had it up listening, because my screen was frozen, so I didn't know what was happening, so I went to my phone and, yes, Terry, easier for me to just do that. Okay. No, I could not hear the countdown video. Me too. I don't know. No. No. My mic is the built-in mic on the computer. And I have my volume off on my computer, so that's why I turned it up on my phone. That's bizarre. And it was the doo 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 doo, doo doo. It's that little jingly sound. Anyway, welcome to Church Chat, friends. Tuesday. Tuesday, let me tell you about Tuesday. Um, I said, Tuesday's gonna not be great when you're walking out to your car to leave for the house or to leave to take kids to school and your sock falls down underneath your foot into your shoe. We're having issues with our car, and I actually have to text Donnie and tell him we thought we had it fixed last night. It's not fixed. Um, and we still have a squirrel in the building. So here's what I'm gonna do. And I know this is probably gonna sound a little bit harsh, but I can't keep fielding 25 to 30 messages a day personally. Is there a squirrel in the building? Are you sure it's in the building? Is there a squirrel in the building? Are you sure it's in the building? When we catch the squirrel, you will know. The same as we had fun letting you know we have a stinking squirrel in the building, we will have fun letting you know that the stinking squirrel is taken care of and out of the building. We have not caught it yet. We do know it's in the building. We have an idea of what couple of rooms it could be in, but we're pretty sure it's in one. And we have traps set and baited. And we have calls into a couple of companies. Probably we'll make another phone call today, waiting to hear back from them about getting here, helping us trap it, and finding where it's coming in and sealing it off. So there's the update on the squirrel. Not to be like, but also, um, is a lot. Also, can I ask you for one more favor? I can't handle Ray Stevens one more time. It was kind of funny the first time we were tagged in it, and then it was no longer funny. And I probably have had that texted, Facebook messaged, tagged on Facebook 30 times since Saturday afternoon. That's probably a little petty of me, but y'all, I got lots to do than just worry about the squirrel. Believe me, I don't want to be in Listen, yesterday I was so excited. I met with a friend of mine, a sweet friend of mine, like a little brother to me, and we recorded an episode for my podcast. And I'm super excited about this episode. It's going to release on Monday, which is Valentine's Day. And the topic, there is no irony. This was when I would have released a podcast episode anyway, and this is what's happening. And so I'm excited, but I pulled up on the parking lot yesterday and I sat in my car for 5 minutes and waiting for him and my dad to get here because I didn't want to walk in the building alone. Even though we're pretty sure that the squirrel can't go beyond where it's at. I didn't want to walk into the building by myself. So, but I did today because I am brave and I can do hard things. I don't know if, anyway, I forgot to put the chat overlay on so that anybody watching on Facebook or YouTube can see all comments. So let me turn that on and then let me get rid of the graphic in the corner because it covers things up. There you go. It's a wild animal. I wouldn't want to encounter that icky animal. Listen, and he's a fatty. Okay, and no body shame. It's a stinking squirrel, and he's supposed to be fat this time of year because it's winter. And that squirrel understood his assignment to beef it up, to make it through the harsh winter of the storage room downstairs. Okay, he is fat, and he's fast. Fat and fast squirrel. And I don't want him here. I enjoy watching the squirrels in my front yard. They crack me up. They're entertaining. They are not cute, entertaining, or fun in this building. There. And I want to have church. And we probably will have church tomorrow regardless because there's my next TikTok video. Okay, but that's assuming that I can handle myself and record it, Terry, because Saturday I did not handle myself very well. And I'm not ashamed either. Okay? Saturday, I screamed. And I jumped on pews like it couldn't jump and get me. The stinking thing was like spider squirrel and climbing the walls. Like it couldn't have jumped up on the pew, but I still instinctively, whatever, jumped up on the pew and screamed. And I had my phone in my hand and the camera open. I didn't get any of it. The best was what I wish I really would have gotten was what I wish I really would have gotten. So here's what happened. So if you're not familiar with the building, if you are familiar with the building, then I'm going to explain this to you. So if you're in my office, just to the right, like you're going down to kids, we have that courtyard area. That's what we call that, the courtyard area. The resource center is right here. We've got that landing area. You go down the steps and there's the glass doors that take you out into the courtyard towards Grand, right? So this is like our memorial area. We have, tons of pictures and history and all that stuff in this area. The tradition and the heritage of the church is very much represented in this space, right? So we have the old communion table down here. And it was in the communion table, right? So Mark was trying to see if he could, and we had the doors open. We had the doors open to the courtyard. Wide open to the courtyard. Squirrel's dumb. And Mark scared it, and it jumped out of the communion table. And there's that padded bench along the wall that comes up the steps. And it jumped up on that. And then it tried to jump over the railing, but it went back down, and then it went downstairs. So the hallway underneath where I'm at, my office, goes down there, right? And then it goes to the fellowship hall. Before I could get from this space here to the drinking fountains and the main hallway by the auditorium, it was coming down the stairs from the balcony. Like it had ran down the stairs, through the fellowship hall, up the stairs by the coffee shop, up the stairs to the balcony. That door should be closed to the balcony. And it turned around and came right back down. And then it came up the stairs and came running down the hallway. That's when I jumped on the pew that's at the top of the stairs. And then it hit the corner of the wall. And Noah took off running down this hall, and it literally ran in step with his feet. And the whole time Noah is yelling, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." That's the part I wish I had recorded. And then it went right back into the communion table. No. It went back downstairs into the fellowship hall. No, it went back to the communion table. Because when it came up, when it was coming down the balcony stairs, it went back down to the fellowship hall. Holly was down there with a big tablecloth trying to, like, if she could throw it over it, maybe she could catch it. Holly's brave. Holly is a beast. Anyway, it ran back up by the coffee shop, and we could hear her yelling downstairs, "It's coming your way." And it came back up. That's when it came running. That's when I jumped on the pew. Anyway, went back down into the communion table. We tried throwing some Teddy Grahams on the floor, thinking towards the door, thinking maybe it would come out and eat them on the trail outside. That did not work. That did not work. So then Rusty came with nets so we could try to catch it with a net. And we didn't have any then. And we were using what we had. And then Rusty came with nets, and he tried to catch it, and it spider squirreled up the brick wall behind the communion table, came back this way. Meredith and I were down the hall there, and we heard them yelling, "It's coming your way." What are we going to do about that? You know what I did? I jumped on the pew again, and Meredith froze. Ah! And it ran back towards the coffee shop and downstairs, we think, and that's when it went into the storage room. That's where it's been, and it has been seen. Now, it has been in here since Friday, we believe, because Friday we started getting, the alarm was tripped, but there was still so much snow in the parking lot that I couldn't drive onto the parking lot. They hadn't plowed it yet. Actually, when I drove by, they were just starting to plow it. And we saw no footprints, no footsteps in the snow going to the building. So we just assumed it was a false alarm. That happens a lot. And so we ignored it. And then it happened again Saturday. That was when I came down. Anyway, there you have it. There you are. Squirrel Saga 2022. Last time we had the squirrel in the building at the end of December, Pastor Travis read that they like grains, nuts, berries. Okay. So that's pretty much what the trap's baited with: peanuts, peanut butter. Okay. But we read that they could go like 48 hours without food, but they couldn't go more than like 24 to 36 without water. So it's been Friday afternoon to sometime Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We are on day 4. The storage room where it's at is where we store our Christmas trees. And we don't tear down the Christmas trees. We like wrap them and leave them decorated in the room. And there's plenty of stuff in that room that it could make a nest with in one of those Christmas trees. We may have to buy all new Christmas trees next year for the church. I mean, that's where some floral arrangements are that we use for decorating, like the fall flowers that go in those tall brown planters we put on the platform in the fall. Now those are in plastic bags. Small bales of hay should be in plastic bags or plastic containers, but there may be some out. I don't know. I haven't been down there to check and make sure all that got put away at the end of fall. I think they're all put away properly, but maybe not. And there is there's just all kinds of stuff in that space. All kinds of stuff in that space. It's a storage room, right? All right. you doing? How are you doing? I don't even want to talk about how I'm doing. How are you doing? Oh, am I freezing? I just looked down. I'm freezing. Has it been all right up until there? I probably need to go downstairs and reset the router, but that would require me going down into the general area of the squirrel. And I'm not interested. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, do you like my shirt? Roses are red. Wrong way. Violets are blue. I want tacos and queso too. That's my Valentine's shirt. I need to respond to Donnie. I don't think he's watching. Thank you for being willing to deal with momentary freezes, although it looks like it's more than momentary, and we'll see. If it gets too bad, tell me, and I'll see what I can. I mean, I'll have to stop this to restart the router, but and then it'll take probably 15 minutes before I could get going again. It may mean we don't get going again, but who's watching? Well, we started off at 5, then we went to 8. Now we're down to 4 between Facebook and YouTube. Is it that bad? Or are we not talking about the things that we should talk about? I don't even know. Oops, wrong one. So then what are you reading in your Bible? I am in Numbers. I'm also I finished the book of John over the weekend, the study that I'm doing from She Reads Truth. And Heidi said, you need a shirt that says, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm a little scared. Roses are red, violets are blue. I hate squirrels. I don't hate them. I just hate them inside. And then I started a new She Reads Truth study on Do Not Fear. And so this morning, we read about Luke 2, Mary's encounter with Gabriel and her, the angel saying, do not fear, for nothing will be impossible with God. I am the Lord's servant. May it be to me as you have said. And then her Magnificat, her song, the Song of Mary. So that was really good. That was really good. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm reading through the Bible on my podcast for anybody which reminds me, the app that I use on my phone completely logged me out and has been a mess. So I haven't even gotten today's uploaded yet, but I'm doing daily reading through the Bible together on my podcast. So for that, we finished up Leviticus today. So as soon as I can get it uploaded anyway, but yeah, I had to contact support for the platform that I use to distribute my podcast. I'm like, I have logged in the way I created the account and it didn't work. So I thought, well, maybe I did it this way. So I did it that way and it started a new podcast. And then I went back and I was like, okay, that wasn't it. So maybe I did it this way and it started another new podcast. So I had to email them and I was like, I don't know what to do. I've logged in the way I know with my email and my password, and that didn't work. So they were like, no, you're right. We see that there are 3 associated with your email address, and 2 of them are empty. One of them has your content. So we'll delete the 2 that are empty, and then you can log in using that one and should be good. The thing is that's what I did yesterday, and it had no content there. So I was going to do it when I got here so I could use my computer, but my computer was moving super, super slow, and I had to restart it. And anyway, by the time it restarted, it was time to go live for church chat. So we have a guest speaker Sunday morning. Eric Cooper with the Stone Table will be with us in service to talk about Project Rescue. He's a spokesperson for Project Rescue, and has quite I don't know him personally. I've only talked with him through email, and then I did try to find some information about him. I found his Facebook page, and he seems like a real character. And so I'm really looking forward to him being here. Don't forget, Sunday is also because we're doing that because it's Rescue Day. So Sunday's our big offering for Project Rescue. I can give you a brief introduction to Project Rescue right now, because it is my heart and passion. So that's kind of easy for me to do, but I also don't want to take away from Pastor Eric's thunder. But Project Rescue is a ministry, is a ministry to that focuses on rescuing and restoring women and children who have been in sex trafficking, primarily in Southeast Asia and in certain European and Mediterranean countries. They have several rehabilitation centers across those areas, and they have existed for about 25 years. It's a phenomenal ministry, and lots of good things happening. So this will be our 3rd offering for Project Rescue. Our 3rd annual offering. This will be our 4th offering, 3rd annual offering, because we did this special offering in October because they were purchasing an abandoned brothel and turning it into a rehab center. Which, how cool is that? I did get an update. Oh, I wish I had kept it out. Oh, wow, freezing again. Let me see if I can find it. I did, but it may not have been in an email. It may have been a physical letter. Oh, look, I got one. I got one just this morning, like half an hour ago. Look at this. Let me see if I can. Oh, it won't let me make it bigger. So let me see if I can do this. This is Project Ditali. This is the abandoned brothel that they purchased. This is part of the work that they're doing to prepare it to hold or to host what they're doing. Here's what the email says. It's a beautiful sight. There are women and children there, courageous survivors of sexual slavery. They are filled with hope for the future. One that includes safety, healing, restoration, job skills, and education, and a new life in God's love. It will happen at our brand new outreach center in the heart of Southern Asia, where by God's grace and through your support, we've purchased and remodeled a former brothel located at the entrance of a major red light district. Now, I am 100% sure that Pastor Eric is going to show us these pictures on Sunday, but it's not going to hurt for me to show you today. Here's a before and after. Don't pay attention to my cracked screensaver. And so, yeah, isn't that pretty cool? This will be a place where women can gain skills. Children have a safe place to go for education and compassionate care, and immediate needs are met for food, clothing, and counseling, where God's love is shared and hope is born. We're thrilled to report that 10 ladies have started coming regularly already. For skills training has begun. We're already providing daycare for 9 precious children. An additional 33 women are slated to come as soon as we're officially launched. The doors haven't even opened yet, but word is spreading that this is a place of hope, and we're not about to turn anyone away. So when we give in the offering on Sunday, this is what you are supporting and growing and furthering. Um, what a privilege it is to be able to partner in ministry and and be a part of what God is doing in these lives. Amen. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ugh, and emotional. So, I hope, because we've been saying that this was coming, I hope that you've been prayerfully considering what you can give in this special offering. Let me encourage you to remember that this is a special offering, not your tithe. So please don't make your tithe this offering. Please give your tithe, and whatever little or much you can give above and beyond your tithe to the offering, that's what you do. If money's tight and you can't give more than $5, that's okay. Give your tithe and then give $5 to Project Rescue. It's okay. I do have a prayer and I do have a goal. Um, this will be like I said, our fourth offering. So our first offering was just under $2,000. Um, Last year, between the two offerings we did, we gave almost $4,000. Now that was two. That was the one in February and the one in October. But the one in February was almost 3,000. Okay. So I am believing for continued growth in this, that we're going to continue to increase what we're doing for Project Rescue with this offering. So prayerfully consider what you can give. And with the Lord's help, that He will enable you and provide for you to be able to do what you can. And yeah. All right. That's right. Um, any amount makes a difference. And that really is, you may think, I can't give enough to make a difference. Friends, any amount helps. Think about it this way, you may only be able to give 2 or 3, $5, $10, but if everyone did something like that, that makes a difference. I've got something in my throat. Some can give more and they should give more. You may not be able to give a lot. That's okay. That's okay. But I think everybody can do something, you know? And if we all do something, mm, that's pretty good. Oh, I was going to tell you one more thing. Oh, I forgot to go downstairs and take pictures of the fellowship hall, but the kitchen doors are on, and I do have a picture of that. So let me show you that. Look at this. There's some adjustment. I think Gary was here making that. There's some adjustments that need to be made. But those are the new doors for the kitchen. They're black with stainless steel kick plate. They swing double, so they swing in and out, and, they're nice, and they're solid. They're solid, so, um, they should help minimize, sounds that are happening in the kitchen into the fellowship hall. So, um, we ordered commercial doors. Right, Christine? I told the board, I said, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And I want to be forward thinking. There's a few things that we've tossed around over the last couple of years that nothing's come about with it yet, but it might. And so um anyway, I said, if we're going to do this, I want to do it right. I don't want to do again, like there's several reasons for this. We okay, for those of you who can picture where the door is now, okay? Um, this space used to be that pass-through window in the kitchen. So the old door was no on this side was right about here, right where that dark trash can is. That's where the door used to be. Oh no, we're having connection issues. Are we good? I just got a notification that we were having connection issues. Are we good? Yes. So you're right, Christine. So these are easy to clean and they're solid. Anyway, but so that doorway, we made it wide. So that was one of the things that when this flooded and we had our family meeting back in September of 2019, yeah, and we talked about um what we would need to do in that area since we have to gut it all anyway. What do we want to do? And that was one of the suggestions by quite a few of the ladies that they would like a wider door, one that you can actually take a tray through or that two people could come through. And so that was what we did. We closed up the existing doorway, moved the counter, like split the counter, moved the counter, rearranged the cabinets and counter. And then where that pass through window was, we completely opened that up and made that the doorway. So we couldn't just do regular freezing again. Ah, we couldn't just do a regular door. Plus, you don't want just a regular basic residential interior door on that kitchen anyway. You want something that's going to be sturdy and solid and to help minimize the sounds, because if you're having something, Paul, you're having a dinner, you're having an event, and you're also having stuff prepared and going in the kitchen, you don't want to compete with sounds, right? Plus, we have the ice machine, the big ice machine. We have the warmers. You just, you know, you need to have something like that. So, yeah, that would be nice, but we don't have that much space, so it's just the double doors. So, plus it's not the same kind of, setup. But yeah, so this just kind of creates that space, and the doors can be propped where they stay open. So, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So I got you. I got you. Yeah. So like you go in the right, come out the left or whatever. Um, so yeah, so that looks good. We actually are having a meeting today to talk to a couple of professionals for advice on the floor. And we have a couple of people who have some connections that are trying to help us with prices on carpet for the platform that we put in down there. Um, I already told you last week, I think that we've ordered the new sound system, but as with many other things that are having shipping delays, we won't get it till the summer. Yeah. Anyway, but pretty cool kitchen doors. Let's be grateful and excited about that, right? Um, what else we want to talk about? I was very excited. When we've had to be online only, um, the live viewers have never been like a similar reflection as what we have in person. I'm not saying that people don't watch live viewers. Sunday morning, for quite a while on the live stream, we had 28 viewers across Facebook and YouTube, which probably equates to close to 50 to 55 people, which is definitely closer to our in-person numbers. So thank you for being gracious and understanding, but also showing up and participating in the service. The fact that they have a window so that well, that was important too. Like to me anyway. That was important. And these are custom doors. So they were made to fit our measurement of the doorway. So they're not just like standard purchase off, like shelf kind of thing. You know what I mean? No, these were professional commercial doors. Yes, the window is very nice. Like those a lot. So at this point, I think they have to do a little bit more like painting like you saw on the around it. But at this time, if there are people who want to come in and help start getting the kitchen cleaned up and reorganized, I think we're good to go. And it really needs to be cleaned up and reorganized. I mean, you figure we haven't used it in almost 3 years. So there we go. I mean, I wish we could have done worship. I like Norm commented and was like, I thought Pastor Travis was going to show up in your living room and lead worship for us. But I wish we could have done that, but I'm grateful that we could at least have, that I could encourage you, challenge you with a word. And so, I know my in-laws popped on too for a little bit. I don't know if they watched the whole thing, but my mother-in-law did tell me that she tuned in. I feel like, and I think I said this a few months ago because it felt very similar, but I feel it again now. I feel like all these sermons that I'm preaching that are just kind of being thrown back at me and like, prove it. You're preaching this, you're saying this, it's time to prove it and live it out. That's how I feel right now. And I think I even said this on Sunday morning, like, and we're not the only church who's hearing messages similar to this. I shared a link on Sunday, to Pastor Rod Loy, who you guys know I like listening to him, his sermon from the week before. And he's begun a series through the book of Ephesians on like biblical church, biblical Christian, biblical believer. And I just like, but his sermon was very much on par with where we've been and what we've been talking about. And that just goes to show that like this is God's message for the church right now, I think. So like I said, this Sunday, let me give you a little rundown, give you something to look forward to. This past Sunday was supposed to be a service where the kids were going to come in with their buddy barrels. Obviously we didn't get to do that. So I talked to Meredith and Terry this morning, and we're going to give you another opportunity for that. So this Sunday is Project Rescue Day. Special speaker, Pastor Eric Cooper, Sunday morning, Sunday night, big game party. It's going to be great. Next Sunday, the 20th, we've decided to make it the family Sunday. So the kids will be in service with us. And here's why it matters. One, we're going to give them another opportunity to bring their buddy barrels. So I know, listen, I know we did the Mosaic baby bottles in January. We're doing Project Rescue this Sunday, and then BGMC buddy barrels. But I also know a lot of you had already been putting back your change for the BGMC thing. So that's whatever. But they're going to come in with their buddy barrels on the 20th. It's also the baptism and dedication service. So the kids are going to get to be in the service to be a part of the dedication and to witness the baptisms. And so that's pretty exciting. And we're going to move communion to that day because originally it felt the best fit with everything that we're doing this month. It felt like it would fit better on the Sunday with dedication and baptism than Project Rescue. And now it's going to be a busy service on the 20th, but that's okay. And then on the 27th, Pastor Travis is going to preach. The 27th is also National Women's Day. We don't normally like make a huge big day out of that. That's typically what we just honor all the women on Mother's Day. But and that's not even why Pastor Travis is preaching. It's important that you get to hear from the pastors that we have here regularly. And so I do my preaching calendar for the year. And Pastor Travis and I had been talking all last month about a few things. And I said, do me a favor, look at the next few sermons, look at our sermon series for the next few weeks. Is there a week that you feel like you want, like that you feel it, like you want to bring that message? And we looked at that. And so he was like, yeah, the 27th. And I was like, cool, because that's also my birthday. So I get a little bit, I'm going to lead worship. So it's not like I'm taking the day off, but, but anyway, so that's pretty cool. So that's what you have to look forward to. And then in March 13th is National BGMC Day. So that will be the next Family Sunday. And we have missionary Chris and Amy Hales that are going to be with us on that BGMC Sunday. And there will be a special presentation that Sunday from Miss Meredith. So exciting times, right? Something to look forward to and to be a part of. So is there anything else? Oh, Pastor Travis is really working on consolidating and updating our database. So it probably wouldn't hurt if you've had a change in phone number or address or email address in the last year or two, to just make sure we have the correct information and send it to us. You can do this in one of two ways. You can write it on a piece of paper and hand it to him. You can put it on, like fill out your offering envelope completely and thoroughly, and maybe like draw a circle around something that might need to be updated or double checked. You can also do this. This creates a little bit more work for us, but that's okay. That's totally okay. You can also do it by logging into Flocknote. You receive emails and text messages from us. So you can actually set up your own Flocknote account where you can enter your contact information, birthday, anniversary, and things like that right in Flocknote. And then we can pull it from there too. Just maybe like say, hey, I updated it in Flocknote, and then we'll know. Like when we send an email out, a lot of times at the bottom of the email, it'll say, is your birthday still, or is your address still this? Is your phone number still this? Or your profile is incomplete. Would you like to update it? All that kind of stuff. And so that just kind of helps us keep that in place. That's not our main database, but it is one that we've looked at and used. So we just want to make sure we have everybody's correct information in one place for the ease of distribution of information that you need, like your giving reports this year and things like that. I'm trying to think, is there anything like housekeeping wise that you might need to know about? Or today was kind of a silly episode, but I really want to be intentional with church chat. I'd like to make it, I like to do the church chat stuff, but sometimes it gets really quiet on your end. Would adding like a 15 to 20 minute segment of church chat where we talked about, like a couple weeks ago, we talked for 2 weeks, we did what a healthy church looks like. And there were 12 things, and I did 6 one week and 6 the next week. Last year, we did a little bit of the fundamental truths. Actually, I don't think we did that on here, did we? I did it on a Wednesday night live Bible study type thing. So we could do that on here for anybody who may not have been able to participate in those. Or like Lent is coming up. Would it be beneficial to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes intentionally on a particular topic on a like I'm thinking more along the lines of who we are. And yes, I have a few saved in mind that I'm trying to decide between which we're going to do. I also was thinking of yeah, we're going to do one. We are going to do one together. um but would that be something, and if that would be something that you think would be of interest, um what would be most interesting to you? Would it be to like talk about the literary genres of the Bible? Would it be to um, look at topics of like, what does the Bible have to say about this and fill in the blank? Would it be the Enneagram? Would it, and how we can use it properly in light of the gospel and to build relationships? Would it be let's talk about prayer for a few weeks, or let's talk about praise and worship for a few, like what would it be helpful to spend intentional time of church chat talking about, is what I want to know. Like I brought this in. I haven't gotten a chance to read through the whole thing, but this is a magazine that ministers in the Assemblies of God get. It's the Influence magazine, and we get them each like quarter. And this part, 7 practices of spirit empowered disciples, makers along the discipleship pathway, disciples, markers along the discipleship pathway. I started reading through it, and is that something that, just going through something like that would be beneficial? And then, I can just build off of that, because there's reflection, questions and discussion guides. We could do one a week. I don't know. What do you think? If you have a suggestion or a thought, message me about it. You can comment here for sure, but otherwise you can also just send me a message and say, hey, I have really been interested in fill in the blank lately. Could you do an episode where you kind of focus on that? Or I think something that would be beneficial to all of us is blah, 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 blah. Okay. I would love to do that. So it's 20 after 10. The conversation's kind of died down. For those of you who asked about the Lent series and are we going to do a Bible study, I wanted to tell you, like I already said, yes, we would be doing that, but I wanted to give you, because Lent is later this year because Easter's later. So Lent actually begins on Wednesday, March 2nd, and goes through Thursday, April 14th, because it ends before Good Friday. So that's when that will start. I actually have been looking for something that we could do in the meantime, but I really want to be intentional about doing those reading plans together, and not just like finding one for the sake of finding one. And so I usually once or twice a week scroll through and look for something, and then if nothing stands out to me, then I'm like, okay, then we're just going to wait. But that's why we haven't done one since Christmas. Oh, people are showing up because we've got that meeting in a little bit. Anywho, like there's one I've saved and I've been holding off, but I think maybe now's actually, this would probably be a really good time to do it. It's only a 4-day one, and it's on spiritual gifts. What do you think? Should we do it? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We could start it tomorrow, and then it would be completed by Saturday. Just as a short one to get us, thinking, moving that direction. Am I freezing? Is that why? Well, anyway, you can let me know. Maybe I'll just send that one out and we'll just start it. But, okay, I'm going to pray. We're going to go. I got to get ready for a couple other things and take care of a couple things. So, yep. Okay, cool. So, Lord, we thank you for today. Father, I thank you just for your goodness and your faithfulness. Tuesday may not be cute, but you are so good in the weird and the struggle and the chaos and the unknown. You are the constant and the known, and we can anchor our hope in you and tether ourselves to you. And I'm grateful for that. I pray, Father, that you would be with each one that that may be watching, that may watch later, those who are unable to be, specifically Naomi and several others who are just going through some stuff right now. And just ask that you would be with them, bring answers and comfort and peace. We love you, Lord. We're grateful for you. Give us every opportunity to be your light and to love others well this week. We give you praise and honor for your worthy. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Amen.